here. So I could train another 4. And we're at manpower again. Typical. Massed artillery makes artillery cheaper. Sounds good. Artillery is a beautiful thing that can save the lives of countless soldiers by using it in low precious manpower. We can continue to modernise the artillery to keep us safe. Garbo Skrata. Ninochka. Garbo laughs. That is how the movie is marketed across the world, as the Swedish beautiful megastar Greta Garbo does her first attempt at a comedy movie. The movie centres around Garbo in the role of Ninchochka, an ice-cold syndicalist who finds love and abandons her political ideas to move to a capitalist society. Even though it is tongue-in-cheek and makes fun of the capitalist society too, it is clear that it mocks all forms of syndicalism. So we gain political power and all of the syndicalists lose power in Sweden. So the social conservatives are still in power, but the market liberals are catching up quickly. Right, what else do we want from our factories? More artillery. And in fact, yes, I think we want to double down on artillery. Let's not change you. It would be these guys we change, because I want to increase the number of artillery units we have. This will actually save us a bunch of manpower too. Organisation drops down to a meager 30 though. What is it first? Oh, it's only 36. 21 combat width is pretty good. Do it. And there goes the manpower. Do I need to... Oh, you're kidding me. Those new Mountaineer units did not come with manpower. I have to actually promote them myself. That's annoying. And I have to equip them myself. That's why we're so out of artillery right now. That's kind of irritating. (7-2) Mountaineers are good units. Yeah, combat with 20. We were looking at this earlier. Mountains are a 25 width, hills are a 20. So we could theoretically add three artillery and a mountaineer. We need one more point of experience, but I reckon we could do that. And then these mountaineer units are really big. Quite powerful. As soon as you get the opportunity, counterattack. There we go. Let's push them out of these hills. The Ottomans are leaving the Germans and the Austrians just to die. Because they never took Alexandria, guys! I feel like I need to go back and guard Cairo. I want to finish now. You know what? Let's go and defend Cairo. Seeing as my Ottoman buddies aren't doing that. We will gift you with this new thing. You just have to pay for it and make it yourself. You're welcome. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel right now. So we can get some more upgrades. Law enforcement. Order above all we can't do. Individual rights gives us stability and compliance gain. Balanced approach gives us a lot of stability and ideology drift. States mandate. These all cost the same. Don't care about justifying. Research is always nice. War support could be good, because our war support's actually still kind of low. And in fact, if we got the war support, could we go to extensive? Yes, we could. Will of the people is supply consumption. That could also be good. And unfortunately the communal decision making we cannot take, which would have been the best one, research and also recruitable population, but you must be radical socialist for that.
Raiding party!
What Darren plays. Hey Darren, how are you doing? Thanks very much for the raid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Send out the longships. We'll fight them at sea. Cast off our invaders. What have you been up to? What have you been playing? Was it just a template? No, it was a template with 3 divisions. Just completely unequipped, no manpower divisions. Usually when you get 3 divisions, they're like full. For the greater good. The greater good. Recruitable population. Fort construction. We haven't been doing any forts. That's a very defensive choice. Melting pot gives us a huge amount of population increase. Also increases our infrastructure construction speed and civilian factory construction speed. We are not doing any of either right now. But the monthly population could be good because we have a lot of bonuses to monthly population. Revolutionary minds, research speed, rocket sites and nuclear reactors. That is late game, although the research speed could always be good. Hierarchy, maximum command power would get us to 210. Military factories, construction speed plus 8% dockyards construction speed. We are building a lot of all of those. And then cultural norms, research, resource gain efficiency. We do produce a lot of resources. And then also the ideology drift and factory output. 7.5% factory output is not to be sniffed at. Attrition and entrenchment, mobilization, core, speed, then lease volunteers. Nah. I think we should probably have a vote on the social order. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up. New poll, new poll. There are exactly 5 options. This is built for Twitch. So we have cultural norms, we have hierarchy, we have revolutionary minds, we have melting pot, and we have for the greater good, the greater good. So what shall we go for? Cultural norms, again, is resource gain, efficiency, and factory output. Hierarchy is command power increase, factory and dockyard construction speed. Revolutionary minds is research and then late game bonuses. Melting pot is like a huge population buff. And infrastructure and civilian factories. I mean, the good thing about the infrastructure here is when we go to war and we start capturing enemy territory, as we hopefully should, we can build infrastructure really quickly to support our offensives. And then for the greater good, we could get some more recruitable population, which is never a bad thing for Sweden. And then also fort construction, so we could be better on the defensive. Bearing in mind our forces are better built for defensive warfare. Also not a bad idea. Okay, so the vote is going to be a 2-minute vote because this is a pretty big one. Let's get those votes in. Vote, vote, vote. City Skylines, badly but enjoying it. City Skylines is one of those games that I am absolutely terrible at. I don't know why I am so bad at City Skylines, I just am. Like, I just bankrupt myself every single time. I'm usually pretty good at management games, but that one, not so much. Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. Cultural norms, hierarchy, revolutionary minds, melting pot, or for the greater good, the greater good. What do you think we should do? It's going to be close. Yeah, this is one of the closest votes I think we've held in quite a long time. And you should definitely get involved. Every vote counts here. You've got about 40 seconds left, I would estimate. Get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. What do you think we should do? Burro Diablo, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you joining us. Hello. For the greater good. The greater good is starting to catch up a little. Got about 15, 14, 13, 12, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Done! Okay, so in last place we have Hierarchy with 2% of the vote. Then we've got the Revolutionary Mind with 3%, which is joined with Cultural Norms, also at 3%. Then we had the fight-off between Melting Pot and the Greater Good, the Greater Good. Unfortunately, the Greater Good, the Greater Good, did not manage to beat Melting Pot, and thus Melting Pot did actually beat the Greater Good, the Greater Good. So we're going to go Melting Pot for that population growth. Every month we get 500 more recruitable population. Not bad, considering our total population is... Is there a way of seeing that? I thought it actually displayed here, but it doesn't. That's just the eligible. Oh no, there it is, 6.7 million. Russia declared war on Georgia. Sweet Georgia. Azerbaijan and the Ottomans are kicking Iran. Yeah, I think that this war is pretty much as good as over. Okay, now this is just a year away, so April 41 we'll get the advanced computing machine. Nice. And Azerbaijan. Okay, that's not so good. Azerbaijan is not actually directly allied to the Ottomans, they're just in the same war. Oh dear. What if we cross and take Port Said? Haiti has joined the Reichspakt. Russia invades the... Oh! Was Georgia Reichspakt? Oh, Azerbaijan was. Guaranteed by. Interesting. So the war that we kind of thought wouldn't happen, happened. While long anticipated, the outbreak of war between the Internationale and Germany, except this isn't the Internationale, the war between Russia and Germany was a dramatic shock. The last time there was a war between the great powers of Europe, it quickly spiraled to include the entire continent. Even if they wouldn't act instantly, it was already obvious that Russia, Germany's long bitter eastern nemesis, has been growing more belligerent in recent years. After much anticipation, Vladimir III made a speech earlier this morning declaring that, in the light of recent years, German hegemony over the world has been more of a myth. While it only obliquely referenced the war, the speech was otherwise bellicose, and was followed by an aggressive army postures along Russia's border. Once more, Germany must fight a war on two fronts. Except Germany is still not at war with the French. And this is actually really bad, because now all of the German forces are going to rush over to the Eastern Front, leaving the front against Britain and France unguarded. That may actually have just doomed Germany. Oh, you're going to cross the river for me. Well, that's very nice of you. Also, the German forces were just sent home. The fall of Alexandria. The city of Alexandria is one of cultural significance and pride to the Egyptian nation. The place of ancient wonders like the Library of Alexandria, the city is truly an important centre of life, culture and industry for Egypt. However, the Ottomans made a tremendous progress in the war with Egypt and our Arab allies, as Ottoman forces this morning have captured the city and the port. The Egyptian navy managed to flee before the Ottoman forces arrived, but the remaining defenders were unable to push the Ottomans back. Surrounded on all sides and facing the might of the Ottoman army, the Egyptians were routed from the city. Once again, the Ottomans are in control of the ancient city. Despite the glorious Ottoman victory against the Egyptian enemies, the Ottomans have pledged not to destroy the city's ancient buildings. So with a port, these guys are now once again in supply. Whether they'll hold it is another question. Eritrea lost. Oh man, they were so close. Well, Somalia is definitely going to win that now. And we have another factory. We have two factories. Is there anything I'm short on? Support equipment and artillery. Well, I think I can guess what I'm going to do then. Volunteers to Germany. I really should. Yeah. I could send a lot of volunteers if I wanted to. We'll definitely send the Mountaineers because I want them to get some more experience. Oh, hang on. I should really send them. I should 100% be sending them. Even though they're a little bit experience short. So Germany. Going to send to the others. Our troops would never get to the front line. Okay, that's quite a few people on the way. Let's get you back into there and start you training once more. Kingdom of Siam has joined the Co-Prosperity Sphere, and you just got a connection there. That is good. These guys just lost their supply for some reason. So let's go take this province back again. And then immediately cross over. And those cavalry apparently just died. If we can finish Egypt off, which I reckon we probably can, then we'll focus our full strength against Iran, which is also not looking up too hot. So let's have you do that. New technology. It is still 1940. I think I would like to get fuel refining though, just to keep that going. Although at the moment my fuel reserves are looking pretty decent. But if we motorize more of our military, then we're going to need more. Meanwhile, we actually crossed the river, Charleston. And these guys are getting a lot of experience. That's good to see. Massed artillery. Aha! Youngman AG-42. That is more research bonuses for infantry weapons. That's going to be useful. The Youngman AG-42 is an incredibly deadly weapon we can use to improve the military. It is semi-automatic and is quite powerful. Just be sure to watch your thumbs around it. Alright, so the German volunteers have arrived. Part of the question here is, what exactly do I want you doing? I think the answer is take out Crimea. And there's France declaring war. Alright, I think it is time for me to join the war proper. Let's save first. Germany actually left defences here. Okay, this is not immediately over. Let's join the Reichspakt. With a long history of economic ties to Berlin and rising radicalism in the region, Sweden has formally joined the Reichspakt. We received word from our embassy in Berlin that the Imperial government has approved our petition to join their alliance as a vanguard against syndicalism. Which of course is going to mean we need to fight Norway. Let's bring Thornell. Let's bring Ed Holm. And these guys should all disappear, theoretically. Oh, Egypt fell. Why have these not gone home? They should have. Oh, because I wasn't in the war yet. That's why. Now I am. Now they've gone home. Okay. And to reward Norway. Quick, press the button. And you lot stop training. And then you lot, I think what I want you to do is just convoy raid here for now. I think I'm going to merge these fleets together under your capable hands. But we'll just leave you in port for the moment. Okay. Oh yeah, Finnish border. Haha, this is going to be interesting. Oh, now I have the now I have the ability to get extensive conscription, but I don't have the political power for it. Typical. War in Western Europe. For 2 decades, Germany and the Third International have been at peace. Despite their ideological opposition to each other, the horrors of the Great War weighed on all. Neither side was prepared to repeat them. Not everyone was convinced that this would last. Today, the skeptics are proven right. After years of rising revanchism and military expansion, the French government in Paris officially declared that it was no longer bound by the Treaty of Versailles and has proclaimed revolutionary war to reclaim its lost territory and liberate the German proletariat, with Berlin denouncing France as a rogue state in response. Already, French and German forces have traded fire along Alsace-Lorraine, the inauguration of the Second Great War in a generation to shake the continent of Europe. Actually, you know what? I'm going to be a bit more aggressive with you lot. Because the German fleet is also in this conflict. Let's have you lot patrolling those two. And I do believe that I have a tiny air force left of naval bombers, which can be bombing that region there. Okay, good. Frederickstad should fall pretty quickly. Now, once my volunteers return, I think they're the ones we're going to stick up here in Norway. Guatemala took one state. El Salvador has been capitulated. Socialist Republic of Italy has joined the Third International, which is also going to pit them against the Italian National Republic. Azerbaijan have been annexed. Ruh-roh. But the Ottomans have all but squashed Yemen. Egypt is the big threat. I think they're going to be just fine against the Iranians. Princely Federation never actually got... Oh no, they are in the war. It never told me. I could have sent them some stuff. Right, I need more factories. Artillery and support equipment. I think I'm also going to put another factory on guns. We can always export them if we need to. And there we go. Oslo has now fallen. So I'm going to say, let's go ahead and just take the Norwegian coast. Go. And let's drop the speed to 3 so I can actually see what's going on. Yes, I will accept your lend leases. Please and thank you. Oh, it is the Union of Britain versus Sweden, and they are running! Wait, is that? Is that? Oh, that's Norway. Sorry. It's the Norwegians versus the Swedes. And now both sides are running. Denmark joined the Reichspakt. Does this mean I can finally get the Treaty of Stockholm? We did a lot better out of that than they did. The Viking have been formed, with war coming to the shores of Sweden. The stunt pilot Elsa Andersson, known for her daring parachuting in the 20s, has requested to form a women's-only air brigade. The project has adopted the name the Valkyrorna, after the winged women of ancient Norse mythology who oversaw which warriors would be slain on the battlefield. Women have gathered in droves to sign up, wanting the chance to fight for Sweden, but the idea is not undisputed. Many feel that women in the army is not fitting with the modern civilized nation. We're equal. We are completely, truly equal, so women are just as likely, or just as welcome to die for Sweden as men are. Okay, so we got Mountaineers 2, that's good. Now I think we're going to get the 1940s ammunition to hopefully get the AG-42s nice and early. When am I going to get my special forces? What are they called? Honduras have capitulated. There we go. Now they've arrived. Some of them. Let's go and defend Luleå. Okay, so Germany lost 2 submarines, Russia lost a submarine, Britain lost 2 destroyers, and Russia lost a couple of convoys too. 2 destroyers, more convoys. So far, so good. Germany's actually pushing. Hale and Yemen have ended the war. More of our volunteers will head home. Which I think I can just go ahead and add to you. I think I should probably also expand the area of land that you are now responsible for. And I will accept any weapons that you guys want to send me. You are my Seawolf now, so I'm going to take Concealment Expert and Smokescreen Specialist. You are my regular combat. I'm going to take Cruiser Captain because you have a couple of those. We'll take Search Pattern.